Hello. Today I'm gonna talk about the obstacles that the Chinese envisage when handling writing assignments in English. I'll start with an abstract. My professional experience with the Chinese when handling any writing assignments in English will be related to undergraduate and postgraduate students at universities in China. This experience is represented in purposeful observations of the writing performance of the students. In fact, there are factors that have played a role in creating defects in their overall components of the writing process. These factors, in their patent essence, are centralized in social and ideological orientations, in addition to linguistic complications due to interference of the mother tongue. In reality, envisaging these defective aspects of writing process is possible, but definitely radical solutions for them is not probable. The body of my study. The first factor, the social and ideological factors. The minimal exposure of the Chinese students to English-speaking cultures and to the Western cultures in general, with all their aspects, has led to their social separateness from these cultures and at the same time indulgence into their own culture exclusively. As a result, they suffer from attaining absolute fluency in English language, although they principally rely on technological devices like translation software and online language references. Their writing assignments are still defective, since machine translation could not compete with human minds in treating memories and the linguistic components. Being discarded from all kinds of arts like cinema, for example, has founded a gap between comprehending the English ideological content and designating ties between it and their culture components. Therefore, they sanction to their cultural entity where no foreign influence would penetrate it. The concept of fostering their own cultural components and rejecting other foreign components has compelled them to perceive that any foreign influence is faulty and has to be treated as an outcast element. On the other hand, their cultural components are always implying the most ideal that do not lack any gaps. Therefore, writing materials sometimes produced by the Chinese writers are to be locally assimilated regardless of whether they would sound global or not. Hence, these social and ideological factors are considered to be an impediment against issuing writing materials in English language that possess all the elements contributing to its global influence and credibility, taking into consideration that English language is the means of international communication for prevalence of thoughts and ideologies. The second factor, linguistic complications. The faulty forms of the syntactic and semantic units in the written materials in English language produced by the Chinese students is something that we can track very easily. Should a non-native speaker of English language seeks fluency in English, he or she has to expose himself or herself to the target language through this vital receptive linguistic skill, reading. Memory of non-native speakers of English would share the linguistic units and components, and then gradually they will retrieve them in the productive linguistic skill, writing. But this is not the case with the Chinese students due to particular social circumstances. Moreover, The communication between native speakers and non-native speakers of English via social media where friendships can be established definitely assists not only in enhancing communicative skills in English but also writing skills gradually. But since these students are not availed of such a privilege, their opportunities of attaining the desired linguistic fluency cannot be positively fulfilled. The Chinese students develop their English language through ameliorating exclusively the writing skills as a productive skill on the account of focusing on other receptive skills like listening and speaking skills. Undoubtedly, the above-mentioned social and ideological factors instigated the existence of such an obstacle against progression in the receptive skills. Therefore, the verbal communication in English uh, in many cases is viewed as a problematic issue for the Chinese students, bearing in mind that the English language has myriads of accents in the English-speaking world. Thank you for watching my video.